please give a warm welcome to Frances Martin again, who's here to present the award this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nuala. I have to say personally, this has been part of the afternoon that I've been really looking forward to. I'm delighted to announce that a return to a former Chamber tradition of making an award at our annual lunch, a practice that we haven't undertaken for many years. This new award recognises one individual who, in the view of the Northern Ireland Chamber Board, has made a special contribution to the development of the Northern Ireland economy. I personally have a particular pleasure in making this award to this particular person whose contribution has indeed been enormous. I'm not going to go for the high drama, the suspense, or tease you with droplets of intriguing information from which you might begin to guess who it is we believe is so deserving of this recognition. I am therefore delighted to let you know that our 2011 Special Recognition Award goes to someone of the political class, a woman, a leader, Arlene Foster, MLA and Minister for Enterprise, Trade and Investment. If I might maybe just give you some of the reasons why we believe Arlene's deserving of this. Now, whilst Arlene has partaken of her fair share of cutting sods, cutting ribbons, cutting cakes and cutting political deals, above all, she's been cutting her teeth on the critical challenges of developing our economy. There can hardly have been a more inauspicious... There can hardly have been a more inauspicious time to become a minister than in spring of 2007, before many of us had even heard of Freddie May and Fannie Mac. In those balmy days of the Chuckle Brothers and great US investment conferences, Arlene set out her skills and energies towards helping to rebuild our economy after so many years of conflict and of benign neglect from our Westminster direct rule teams. With all due and honourable respect to your good self, Lord Reid. Arlene started with the environment brief and quickly became a friend of the Chamber, a willing participant in our in-camera series of off-the-record debate. Noted for her candour and openness, no questions in advance needed, nothing off limits, and always saying the same thing in private as in public, not just a trait to be welcomed in our politicians, but in all of us as managers and as leaders. Within a year, Arlene was promoted to the Enterprise, Trade and Investment portfolio, the first woman to hold the economic role since the late Baroness Jean Denton in the early 1990s, and now with her return after last month's elections and reshuffle, on target to overtake Sir Richard Needham's long tenure in the Department of Economic Development, or DED as it was then called. But certainly not dead now. We cannot but be impressed at the changes Arlene has made at DETI, from Invest in I to the Tourist Board, from strategy to tactics, and from short-termism to long-termism. But above all, jobs, jobs, jobs. Let me give you just a very few headline examples. Invest in I promoted 7,500 FDI jobs in Northern Ireland during the period from 2008 to 2011 against a target of 6,500. 5,600, or 75% of these jobs, offered salaries above the private sector median. The largest ever single investment in Northern Ireland by any company was announced in July 2008 by Bombardier Aerospace, an investment of £520 million. Other strategically important investment successes included inward investments from New York Stock Exchange Technologies, Allen & Overy, and Citi, and local investments by Almac, Dale Farm, and Moy Park. The Independent Review of Economic Policy, known to us all as IREP, was the biggest review of Northern Ireland economic policy. Then we had the Project Kelvin. Northern Ireland now has a faster telecoms link to New York than New York to California. In tourism, the £97 million Titanic signature project will be completed in 2012. Work has started on the new Giant's Causeway Visitor Centre, and staycation breaks have increased by over 1/3 since 2009. Whether the demands are in Arlene's own beloved Fermanagh or in West Belfast, whether it requires a feeling for the mind-numbing complexities of the single energy market, common arrangements for gas, or the third European Energy Directive, or whether it is for those low-income households experiencing fuel poverty, or those manufacturers experimenting with tidal and wave energy, nothing is too small for her. Nothing too low-key, nothing too insignificant. I know that personally in the support she has afforded me as a representative of your chamber and from the members as they sing her praises for her openness, attention to every detail, and her compassion, commitment, and passion for this province. I note that she has also been bending Treasury's and indeed the Prime Minister's ear in her sterling campaign for the power of corporation tax variation, for which the Chamber wishes her nothing but early success. Next week, she's teaming up with the Sinn Féin Culture Minister to work for the creative industries through our arts and business, and I'm sure she has expansive plans for growth and development in that arena also. As for the future, Arlene has already tasted life in the First Minister's office, albeit for 3 weeks in early 2010. And I'm sure whatever role in which she leads, our future is safe in the hands of someone as adept, as flexible, as transparently committed, and as honest a minister as Arlene Foster. Arlene, I would like now to, on behalf of the Chamber and everyone here, to join me so that I can make this presentation to you.
Thank you. I could kill you.
Do that later.
Well, what can I say? This is genuinely a surprise, ladies and gentlemen, in a world where there are very few surprises. I had absolutely no idea that this was going to happen today. I was looking forward to watching some of our captains of industry walk up here and obtain a special recognition award. But in many ways, this is an award for the entire Northern Ireland business community. We've had some tough years, and then you got me as minister. But seriously, it has been a difficult few years for us, and I do want to pay tribute to everybody who has, through the resilience that they probably gained during this past 30 to 40 years of the Troubles, have shown that good Northern Ireland resilience and determination to succeed. And I know many of you have had difficult times, be it in relation to access to finance or regulation or all of those other things that you talked to me about over the years. And I want to say that this award is for everybody in Northern Ireland business, and I very much thank you for it. I don't thank Francis, however, for the varying photographs of my hairstyles over this past 3 years, and it's thanks to the agri-food industry for the many hairnets that have appeared in the slideshow. But I have, as you probably know by now, enjoyed my time in the Department of Enterprise, Trade and Investment very much. John said that he thought the Northern Ireland Secretary was the best job in the Cabinet. Well, Deputy is the best job in the Northern Ireland Executive, and I can say that bar none. I absolutely enjoy going right across this province to find out all of the different things that are made, the different things that are done, and it's been a real eye-opener for me as I find out all of the things that are happening in Northern Ireland in the economy, and it's been a tremendous year. But as I've said, last couple of years have been about planning, have been about change and planning for change. So as Quentin Oliver said to me at lunch, it's now about delivery. Thank you very much indeed for this beautiful award.